That. Alright. We're good. Let me just double check. Okay. And
you have acquired a follower.
You're live. You're live. Hello everyone, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. In today's episode we are returning to the White March and we're going to be doing the White March expansion part 2 of the expansion. So I'd imagine the name of this video might be on the stream might be a little bit confusing. Basically it took us the White March expansion came in 2 parts, basically 2 large parts, and then I'm breaking them up into individual streams and episodes as well. So for example, it took us 5 episodes to get through the White March Part 1. In the White March Part 1, we of course traveled. Spoilers, you want to watch that if you want to watch this. I'd highly recommend. In fact, I'd say it's basically mandatory that you watch that first. You could probably watch this without seeing the main Pillars game. You'll miss out on some things for sure, but you definitely see the White March Part 1. In that, though, we traveled up to Stalwart Village to try help them out. We discovered the Leaden Key. Is the organization we are working against, the organization trying to make Woodica the queen of the gods and basically screwing up everyone else in the process. We met them and they were up here and they were trying to investigate Durgan's battery on the legendary White Forge. The villagers of White March, of Stalwart Village and the White Marches in general really, also wanted us to go and reactivate and open up Durgan's battery, which had been locked down, this old dwarf fortress, locked down, haunted, cursed, all the rest. Want us to get in there, reactivate the White Forge, to revitalize their village, give their economy kind of a purpose so that their village and their livelihoods and their lives and homes don't all fall to ruin and fall apart. And we did that. And we had a few pretty big things happen. And I'll cover them as we come to them. When we left the White March, went back and we've been pursuing the Leaden Key back in the Deerwood over near Twin Elms in particular. But we had a vision of basically bad stuff coming from the White March and destroying everything in the White March, even coming down into the Deerwood and destroying Cadnua, just running over the whole world. So we are coming back now to investigate that vision. In fact, let me just read you the quest before we go. It's called the Forgotten Army. Get to rest. So, in my dream, an army came from the White March near Stalwart. Perhaps the residents will know of it. Okay, that's all it says. Let's go find out what's happening up there. Let's go. Oh, I also unlocked fully Adair's hat. I'd missed it in Copper Lane, which is why we're just there. So his hat's fully unlocked, and the hat just gives now immunity to Charmed and Dominated, which is actually super useful. You know, I think you can still be confused, unfortunately. Charmed and Dominated is at least good to get rid of those on the main tank. Your party is considered high level for the content in the White March Part 2. If you would like, the critical path can be increased in difficulty to give you more of a challenge. Rewards will be the same. Yeah, so let's level scale. High level, please. Let's try and make this as challenging as we can. Bear in mind, we did beat the Adra Dragon at the end of the last episode. There's still, though, the Alpine Dragon up here, and who knows what else will arrive in Part 2 of the expansion now. So we've got some really tough foes that we're going to have to face. The Alpine Dragon seems an awful lot scarier than the Adra one. So, yeah, I feel like we probably have a good chance, but it could get scary. All right, let's see what has happened here.
The enemy grows stronger.
And you'd send more of us to die.
Well, I'm not gonna stand around. Are you?
You've done plenty, Darian.
What is going on here? You approach the source of the commotion and see a throng of villagers. They're arguing amongst themselves and hurling questions and demands at a lone figure perched above them. The young man stands on a spur of rock, his clenched fist held aloft. Steam rises from his wild hair and flushed face as he shouts to the gathering.
Been a week since our people left these gates. A week since the iron flail took them.
He paces the outcropping, his eyes burning. You see a few scattered nods in the crowd.
Yet we wait here behind our sturdy new walls, hiding in our rebuilt homes. We've done nothing.
He brings his fist into his palm with a sharp smack. The crowd erupts, bristling with pointed fingers and pointed words. One woman steps forward, her eyes lock on the young man.
Who are you to tell us how to defend our own? You ain't been here 2 months!
Several of the others grunt and hoot. You feel a shift in the crowd like a changing tide.
Hey, an angry mob. See? We're not so far from home.
Very true.
And since I got here, I've been working alongside the rest of you. Don't start with that again.
A handful of others nod along with him. With a cringe and flinch as another villager joins the fray, shaking his finger at the young orator.
Well, it was your idea to send our people to that damned fort in the first place. If it weren't for you and the other leeches that come up with you, we wouldn't be in this mess.
The new accuser raises a chorus of furious cries. Darren raises his hands for calm, but the crowd's wrath is snowballing. Alright, listen, stop everyone. A dozen heads turn in your direction. The villagers recognize you and their eyes widen with hope and reverence. Alright, enough shouting. I want someone to calmly explain what's going on. Darren nods.
It's a small army from Raid Saris.
Okay.
They call themselves the Iron Flail.
At Darren's mention of the name, the rest of the crowd falls silent. The words trigger a sudden flashback to your dream of the mysterious army and the destruction of Cad Nua. As the image fades, you see once more the vision of 100 eyes watching you and something just beyond.
Showed up a few weeks after you opened the battery. Demanded we give him the White Forge.
He avoids your gaze, scraping his boots against a rock.
They're led by a Darek Sendamir. Comes from an old Raid Saren family.
Okay.
Rumor has it the man's half mad with visions. Claims one drove him here to take the White Forge.
They're not the only bloodsuckers around here.
Villagers glare up at Darien, but most of his fellows are ignoring him by now. Darien raises his voice above the ruckus.
Our crew at the battery locked their doors and told the Iron Flail to go back to Raid Saris. Instead, they built a fort in the middle of the wood. So we sent a committee to reason with them. But that was a week ago. We haven't seen our people since.
Boy, a low rumble ripples through the crowd. Darien hesitates.
That can only mean one thing.
Oh boy. Grimaces at the frightened, arguing crowd drowns him out once more. He's right, you do have to defend what's yours. You could share it? I don't know, they can't just walk in and take it.
We're just miners and fisher folk.
That is the problem. Panic surges from the crowd. Yeah, they've got this amazing resource, the White Forge, but like they don't have an army to defend it. And like, if this is the forge that makes the best weapons in the world, you know, well, that's great incentive for like the Raid Sarens in this case. You just be like, well, why don't we go take that? We want the best weapons. How are you going to stop us now, fisher folk? We got the best weapons now. Whoops. I guess the Deerwood really isn't in good state to send an army up, what with the riots and everything.
Send Darien and the rest of the newcomers. Let them earn their keep.
We've cleared your roads and repaired this town. What more do we have to prove?
Cries of agreement and protest boil up from the crowd.
Maybe we could nudge them into torching their own village.
Please, everyone!
In the fragile silence that follows, the others turn and look at Darien.
Whatever our difference is, we've got to deal with the army at our gates.
He looks back to you.
You've done a lot for Stalwart already. Many of us wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you.
Breaks off, looking as if he'd like to stuff his words back into his mouth. After an uneasy pause, he swallows and continues.
What I mean is, if anyone could deal with an army, it's you.
Alright, very well. I'll help you.
The Iron Flail cleared a patch of forest north of Durgan's battery. Built their fort there. It'll be well guarded, so if you can get in without raising an alarm, you may have an easier time of it.
Yeah.
The important thing is to deal with the commander. If you can get rid of him, the rest of the soldiers will scatter.
I think I've dreamed about this army.
What exactly did you see?
He watches you with wide, wondering eyes. A murmur ripples through the crowd. Let's say the dream was unclear.
Of course. We're just thankful this dream led you back.
I don't think these poor villagers don't need to hear they're gonna get destroyed.
Anyway, we've got our work cut out for us here.
Gives the crowd a purposeful look. Grumbling, they start to disperse.
While you're out, stop by the battery.
Okay.
Wangra and her team are still repairing the heavy cannons, but they've made a lot of progress elsewhere. Thought you might like to see how far it's come.
Alright, let's ask him about
Haven't been here long, but I'll tell you what I can.
Yeah, so we haven't met him before. He's a new guy over here, so we'll see. And nope, any idea when Here's the Storm PTR is out? It should be out in about 2 hours or so. And at that point, I'll hop over to record some PTR videos. Well, first tell me what brought you to Stalwart, Darien.
Work. I was a cobbler in New Yarma, but the city got more crowded every year. Rural types fleeing the legacy. A couple months ago, I heard Stalwart was offering land and opportunity to new settlers, so figured I'd give it a go out here. For a while, folks seemed glad to have some new blood, but that changed as more and more of us came.
Seems to be a lot of tension around town.
Before you opened Durgan's battery, people tell me Stalwart barely had enough warm bodies to keep the town running. A bunch of us came when we heard about the White Forge, but now, I think the old-timers would just as soon send us back. We take the best jobs, we don't pay our respects to Andra, we're overcrowding the town. I get it. Stalwart's changing. Same thing happened in New Yarmouth when folk moved in from the countryside. But they can't keep blaming us for everything that goes wrong out here.
Dies. A steaming cloud escapes his leg.
I'm just hoping they'll calm down once the Iron Flail is gone.
I mean, it's tough, yo. Immigration. It's always tough. Tell me about the Iron Flail.
They heard about the White Forge and came running. Just like a lot of us did. Only difference is, they brought siege weapons.
Yeah.
As best anyone can tell, they're from the border region near Little Bend, one of the poorest parts of the country. For Raid Saris, well, that's saying something.
Okay, that's all. Okay. Wonderful. Level up for Adair, that's level 16. Most of us are now, we just reached max level after beating the Adra Dragon, a few of us. So, for Adair, gosh, there's not much we can give him. Let's pop some points into lore. He can maybe use some cool scrolls. I don't know. I feel like lore is actually becoming kind of relevant now. Apprentice sneak attack be pretty good. Bunch more damage for him. Nothing here stands out. Perhaps the interrupting blows, but that's not too important, I don't think. He's got basically everything there. I mean, you get him Spirit of Decay as well, which would be 20% bonus damage with the Bitter Cut Sword. Also pretty snazzy. So the choice is just 15% damage. That's probably a bit better. Let's just get him that. It's a bit more flexible because we might get a better sword while we are out here. So let's try that sneak attack. Also, it kind of fits his theme, I guess. Yeah, he's a little bit sneaky, a little bit cheeky. So here we are, back in Stalwart. Actually, one thing we have to do as well. Oh, a lot of stuff going on over here. Ready the cannons. Okay, this is a side quest. This is the dragon thing. This is for Maneha. Grieving Mother. Now, we do have to do the Siege of Cragholt as well. But I don't think we need to do that quite yet. I think we can put that off a little bit. Let's talk to Durin. Is it true? I saw the lights in the battery. Did you really open it? Can't believe it. I was sure I'd never make this route again, but who knows what rarities will come from those halls. Such an exciting time. That feels like White March Part 1 talk, but that's okay. Watchful Cloak. Enemies need to flank. Alright, fine. Riona's Buckle. Accuracy. Okay. This hat. Terrible. Okay. No harm in grabbing these things, actually. We got 2 pry bars. Now we got 2 of these. Pity he doesn't sell. Give me 2 camping supplies. No harm. It's only 150 copper. I mean, we've got more copper than we can spend, so why not? Alright then. Gosh, I wonder what's happened over the... I mean, let's check out the temple. Is the temple still abandoned? I wonder. It's still here. I wonder if there's been any progress.
This is going to be fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Just wait till they hear about this back home.
I mean, no harm in looking in the temple. They're probably all gone. We can check in the main hut, the main house. We can check in the inn. Those are probably the best places to go to figure out, find clues. I wonder what's happened to the serving woman in the inn as well that we awakened. Huh. Oh my god, hello.
Oh, come on! Stupid sword!
Whoa! Smooth anvil hardly looks like it's seen use. Warped breastplate is still warm from the forge. This is the temple to Abaddon now. Liala's drawing. What's that about?
A simple test.
Intriguing.
Settled.
That would be stealing. Let's not steal. Engrim nods at you and smiles in recognition. Ah, the Kindler of White Forge. We owe you a great debt for the industry and faith you've restored here. Welcome to the Temple of Abaddon. This used to be a temple to Andra. Tilts his head to one side. back when this was a dying, forgotten place. But the clerics who tended it left, as is customary of their goddess. Ha! Well, I think we actually killed them all. But they don't need to know that. The throngs who have since come to Stalwart sought a more practical deity. What do you do here? I lead this temple, and guide the acolytes in matters both spiritual and mundane. He indicates the forge and anvils. Worshippers of other gods pray or meditate. We Abydonians venerate our god through the act of smithing. Our doors are always open, and our forge always alight. How may I help? Well, goodbye. Pretty cool. It's smooth and shiny as if it was recently made. Well, it is certainly recently made. So I think a few months have passed, obviously, since we were last here. That's cool. Very cool. Right then. Yeah. I'm really curious about the Awakened thing. The choices we had to make. So we visited her. I mean, we could always visit Thrisk as well. Stalwart Mines. Oh, look, this is open now. Hello. Intriguing. Let's take a look at the fishery too while we're here. Why not? Got some fishermen. Wonder who's in charge of the fishery these days. I like this idea, though, you know, coming back to Stalwart after our our absence. I think that's quite cool, and seeing how everything's progressed and moved on. I actually really like that a lot. I think that's pretty awesome. All right, just some fishery workers. Nothing too exciting over here. The fishery, glad to see the fishery is still up and running, I suppose. That's always good. Hasn't fallen apart. Okay. I'm kind of curious. We probably do get another mastered spell with. Been to Hammond's Emporium yet? It's where Kate.
Carrick, you remind me of an old lover of mine.
Is it my violent urges or my heart of brass?
Huh.
Blazes.
It's your hands.
What am I to do with all of
Esma's were
these?
lovely, but always so cold. Killed the mood, if you know what I mean.
I quite like Maneha. Aska, hello. A well-built dwarven woman stands before you, one hand on her head and the other holding a few sheets of paper. 3 complaints of blights in Whitestone Hollow. And who are these people? Magran's faithful? Great, another pack of religious zealots. It's like they're popping up out of the snow these days. She glances up at you. Oh, sorry, Valerie. Just a little preoccupied. Things may have quieted down some with the ogres lately, but there's been no shortage of new trouble, or work for those interested. Just saying. Alright, who you mentioned blights? The Terror of Whitestone Hollow. It's a grand blight that turned up after the avalanche. Real disaster, that. Great big heap of snow right on top of one of our main trade routes. We can't start fixing the roads until we get the blights out of there. Can't exactly ask you to bring back this thing's head, but the word is the Terror's last victim was a caravan master. Turns out the fellow always wore a certain brooch. Figure it's somewhere in that monstrosity's belly. Bring me the brooch, I'll take it as proof you handled the blight. Sound fair? Okay, and Magran's faithful? Bandits and horse thieves, as far as I could tell. Led by a woman named Roadwith. Problem is, their little group keeps growing. They started tearing through some of the smaller villages. They were last spotted by Searing Falls. Rumor is they're headed in our direction. Stalwart's just getting its bearings. We can't afford this kind of trouble. Bring me Roadwith's head. I'll see you a little richer for it. Alright, couple of bounties. Cool, 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 cool. This has been rebuilt, which is nice. Oh, this must be the new, new Emporium. Oh, Hammond's Emporium. Well, hello. I wonder how we're doing with the... It sounds like no more trouble with the ogres. Looks like maybe our pact with them worked out. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I interest you in a new blade?
You have acquired a follower.
Thank you for the follow, Feline. Alright, look at this place. It's snazzy. You can see your own reflection in these shields. Looks like stalwarts from the road to Deerwood. Cheap perfumes line the bottom shelf. Great one, thank you as well. These identical Abaddon figurines are all of equally poor quality. I'm sure Abaddon would appreciate poor quality figurines. Sarcasm. Shopkeeper's clothes seem a little nicer, if not terribly warm, compared to what you've seen around Stalwarts. His hair is immaculately coiffed, and his rosy cheeks look like they've barely been touched by the mountain winds. Welcome, welcome. I've got arms and armor, all top quality. Perhaps you'd like to see potions? Always a pleasure to meet respectable company out here anyway. Show me what you have for sale. Twin Sting. It's a soulbound crossbow. Rogue Ranger Cipher. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay. It's like a double crossbow. Pierce damage. Does raw damage over 4 seconds on hit. Alright, Twin Sting's a crossbow with an unusual design. It's built to fire 2 bolts before requiring a reload. Oh! Few are the practical uses of such a weapon that would be worth the trade-off with extra weight. This item, however, was built to fulfill a very particular need. Intriguing. That's pretty cool then. So it shoots twice before needing to be reloaded. Pretty useful. I mean, let's grab it. We got the money. I don't think we'll use it. But it's cool to have. We could always give it to our rogue as an off weapon. The colored coat. Minus 10% armor speed penalty. Very nice. Grants Wicked Briars when endurance drops below 51%. Wicked Briars is a foe AoE. That is pierce damage and hobbles. Okay. The Right Lord Laurel Tainring found himself in the unenviable position of being caught in a war between 2 branches of his own family, fought over haunting rights to certain lands that were jointly owned. While most family members found it easy to choose a side, Laurel could not bring himself to take up arms against anyone in his large extended family. He had this brigandine decorated in 2 tones, each representing the opposing family banners, and had the local spell rights imbue it with the power to raise a wall of briars, which he hoped to use to keep the sides divided on the battlefield. When the 2 sides met in combat, he rode out to the center of the battlefield, raising briar patches and waving to both sides, calling out for them to stop their mad feud. Unfortunately, his decorative brigandine had the opposite effect of what he intended, and each side read it as being the uniform of the other. He was felled by a rain of arrows from both directions. When his family recognized he'd died, they put their battle on hold and discussed peace. Then they began to argue about where Laurel would be buried, and the feud began anew. Oh my god. That's actually really good though. Let's grab that as well. Hello. Ooh. So we actually have some priest and wizard rings, which is very nice. We already have these, but still cool. Stag helm is also always pretty decent. Arkway's Adra's helm. Ah, we got the armor to match this as well. When Gref Admet Hadreth passed the 10 years treaties on the anniversary of the War of the Black Trees, he outlawed the looting of Engwithan runes. While this was a popular move among the Glanfathans, as well as the frontier villagers who frequently found themselves the subject of the tribe's vengeance, it was an unwelcome change for the traders and adventurers who had made their living selling Engwithan artifacts. Quite a few vendors, however, took to commissioning and selling replicas. Many fakes were so skillfully made that even scholars had difficulty distinguishing between them, and ciphers were sometimes hired to attest the authenticity of high-value objects. Argway's Adra armor, actually was taken from the ruins near the court of Bowing Ashes, but it so closely resembled 2 known fakes that it famously passed through the Fiends Bay and Sensei and Salona before an Animancer and Barda recognized its authenticity. Let's grab that as well, thank you. Belt of Bountiful Healing, that's actually pretty decent. Let's grab that as well. Cloak of Protection, no harm in getting another one of those. What's a Torque of Defiance? That's for the Ranger. Boots of Evasion, 2 Reflex, okay. Oh, look at this! He carries many scars helm, 2 athletics, defense while stunned, defense while prone. This armor was forged in honor of the Raid Saren monk Ruggenfar. I think we have the armor, because I think I've heard of him before. He came to believe that as long as no enemy could inflict more pain upon him than he could upon himself, he could never truly be subjugated by anyone. Conscripted by his government to quell the uprisings inspired by St. Widwin, Ruggenfar became a frightful presence on the battlefield. For every injury he sustained at the hands of the enemy, he'd inflict one twice as severe, drawing strength from the pain that enabled him to fight through injuries that would have caused anyone else to collapse on the ground. He would charge his enemies covered in blood, with tears in his skin from hand to foot, and his foes would shrink at the sight of him, believing as he did that it was not in their power to injure such a man. Near the end of the rebellion, when the rebels had all but overthrown the government, Ruggenfar found himself in a battle defending against St. Widwin's main forces. Accounts claim that he was last on his side to remain alive, and he was approached by Saint Widwin himself at the end. As the story goes, the living god looked him over and gave a slight bow, permitting him to fall upon his own blade that he might remain free. The armor bears many artificial scars added by the blacksmith to make its wearer as imposing as the figure inspired it, though it wears its real scars with equal pride. And then a sanguine plate's helm. And yeah, we've already read this as well. That's cool though. So that's awesome. You get helmets to match some of the armor that you've picked up along the way. Accuracy and fortitude, that's kind of cool. Okay, and then some potions, some stuff. Gosh, he sells a lot of stuff. Wowzers. Wowzers. Alright, 30,000 gold. Well spent. Now then. Now then, indeed. I actually used Durgan Reinforced on that, and I kind of regret it. I think it might be a mistake. But, oh, well. Let's check our armor, because I think we have some stuff here anyway. We'll probably sell a bunch of this junk. Do I not have Code of Ill Payment? Yeah, there's He Carries Many Scars. Gives you Defiant. Not very good, but let's just take a look at it, see how it matches the helmet. And there's the Sanguine Plate. I should have reinforced the Sanguine Plate. I'm an idiot. That would have been way better. So the Sanguine Plate plus helmet looks like that, which is very evil looking, kind of cool. He Who Carries Many Scars looks awesome as well. Plus this looks like that, which is pretty neat. Give you a pirate hat back. That's of course the best item that we have for you. And I think we'll keep you in this white pressed armor. You've got this, which gives you defense against prone, which is very good. I think Frenzy. I'm not sure how that works with her.
Update. The host has connected to the holodeck.
You could just give her this stuff because it's kind of cool. Alclean, thank you very much for the host. You of course can't wear any armor. I'll give you back your deer helmet thing. I noticed this thing. This gives us yeah, take the deer helmet. This gives us defense against dragon breath, so we should actually use that probably to survive against the dragons. We go with this. I mean, I'm not sure if that stuff will stack with what we've got, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, unfortunately, it's not Durgan reinforced, so maybe we shouldn't use it yet. But if we get some Durgan bars, then we certainly could. So let's not use it quite yet. This armor's also cool. It gives you Resolve +3. Does she have any bonuses to Resolve yet? She does not. So we could give that to her. So this one gives Athletics, Preservation. This gives Resolve. Let's go with that for now. It also, that's actually very cool looking. Regeneration. Oh yeah, some healing on that. And let's keep this going as well. Nice. Alright, cool. I mean, do we want to swap this out? I think you have Dex or anything else? We don't need the Athletics or Immunity stuck on him. We might as well give him maybe this. Defense while stunned, defense while prone. That's pretty decent. There you go, Durance. We can give him this Sanguine Plate, which gives you reduces stun and knockdown duration. That's actually probably a bit better. It's actually a very good bonus. Sorry for min-maxing here a little bit. You can take the He Who Carries Many Scars helmet. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. Maybe we can't switch out her armor. Anyway, loads of armor. Lots of stuff.
Hey.
Interesting. Great stuff there in that shop. I like it. Yeah. I would have liked to get those matching helmets earlier. That would have been pretty cool. Yeah. Oh well. It's kind of a pity with the Durgan reinforcements as well. You really have to spend them carefully, and I don't think I really did spend them carefully enough. Say la vie. Tealdor's still here. How are you doing, man? No more bounties. Okay. Well, good to hear it.
You really did it. I mean, people have always come through here, talking about opening the battery, claiming the White Forge, all that. But I didn't think anyone would ever really manage it. I told Renegild I'd be willing to help with getting the mines back in order. You know, do my part. Figure we can turn this place around, now that you've laid the foundation.
Oh, I'm glad. Pity about this army that's arrived, though. Let's see what Renegild has to say about it. If she's still here, she might have been part of the delegation that went up there. I don't know. Also, we obviously didn't talk to some of these people after finishing the White March 1. So we're getting the end of the White March 1 dialogues instead of start White March 2 dialogues. But she is still here. If it isn't the hero of the White Forge. She nods in greeting. She looks more relaxed than you've ever seen her. Come back to check on your handiwork? Just here to wish me a happy retirement. Why did you retire? I've had enough of politics and town quarrels for this lifetime. When Tarfos told me he was tired of the mines, I asked if he was ready to really get his hands dirty. Almost feel sorry for the guy. Alright, well, farewell. Well, let's not rob her.
Hey.
Okay. I'm curious. We'll obviously get more Durgan steel. So I'm curious how much we'll get. I do want to get 2 bars to put on my bow. I'm selfish. Then you just kind of min-max our armor a little bit, but I don't know what's important. Hard to say. Call over to Tina's house over here before we pop to the inn. Just check in with everybody. She was in charge of the mines, and now the mines are back up and running. Might have some interesting stuff to say, you never know. One of the things I'm definitely looking forward to about Pillars of Eternity 2 is that they've drastically improved the character models and the armors and stuff like that, so you guys are going to look way cooler, which is awesome.
Got to speak up?
Okay, she's got nothing to say. Fair enough. No harm in checking, because you never know. One of the people that we talk to might have something very interesting to say, or, you know, we might run into something like that shop we found. Cool stuff in it. I think it's worth having a look. Definitely worth having a look. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that you can still do most of the side quests from White March Part 1 still here in White March Part 2. It won't go too bad, apart from the ones that were directly tied in with the with the story. So that's kind of good. Right, let's head in here. So for example, doing the ogre stuff. I think that might have even been main quest. Maybe not. I think it was. And I think it was, but you'd have to have done that. Alrighty, what's happening in here? The bard's there. Wait, this villager's barely injured? What happened to you, man? Huh. Not sure why he's in bits. Got Katie. Okay, we've got a few people around. Hevrick. Got a lot of people in here. Okay. Place to be. Alright. I gave you some ale. Well, thank you. See what refreshments you've got. Oh. Are you sure, Valerie? I think I saw a fish head floating in the stew pot.
Nothing like a pint to take the chill off.
Alright. So he sells some stuff, mostly stuff I sold him, I think. Rolls, lockpicks.
Hey.
Mechanics is a bit silly, I think. I'll talk about more of that later, but the issue is that you just simply need the mechanics to disarm the traps, which is probably the most important thing. So you end up having like unlimited lockpicks because you never use any lockpicks to pick any doors or chests because your mechanics have to be so good to do the traps anyway. The lockpicks are kind of weird. Ugh. Thought I ordered ale. She might have brought me the dishwater by accident. Maybe on purpose. You can never tell. What brings you to Stalwart? I represent a group of investors from Defiance Bay who are attempting to establish a trade agreement with Stalwart. Before they're willing to commit to any agreement, they want to have the town assessed, make sure it's as prosperous as people are claiming. That's where I come in. What's your assessment of the town? Certainly a lot of coin changing hands, but whether this is simply a short-lived boom or something that will persist long-term remains to be seen. Fair enough, fair enough.
Please, someone has to do something. Piss off, Kern. I got enough problems.
Decades I've lived here. We've worked and drunk together. Not a one of them will lift a finger. The dwarf's face is damp and blotchy. His outburst seems to take something out of him. He sags, his lined features showing his exhaustion. I'm sorry. No heart for conversation. I'm sure someone in here will drink to your health. What happened? I've done something terrible. I'm not sure I can fix things. The neighbour of mine, Hattie, never gotten on at the best of times. With this land dispute, losing half of my property, things have gotten out of hand. Kill him, take your land back, problem solved. Wow. Tell me about this feud. Gotten ugly more than once. I'm not proud of it. My family's owned land here for generations. Hattie's father settled the land nearby some years back. Whoever drew up the deed, they sold the land that wasn't theirs to sell. Things up here aren't like Defiance Bay. There's no Duke, no Hall of Records. It's been a fight since in any case. Seemed important yesterday. Not so sure anymore. Go on. I was drowning my sorrows here in the inn. There's a stranger, Sevestin. Obviously from out of town. We got to talking. He's all smile, says he's a paladin. He'll sort out Hattie for me, get my land back if I give him the week's wages. I didn't know he was a bleak walker, a madman. I was half drunk, thought Sevestin meant he'd speak on my behalf. Put a scare into Hattie, not kill him. So you got lucky. I tried to call him off once I realized. He laughed, said that doesn't happen. Please, you've got to help me. No one else here's willing to take him on, even for the coin I'm offering. Alright, I'll make sure Hattie and his family are safe. Thank you. You're a good woman, Valerie. Hattie lives out east in Whitestone Hollow. Please hurry. Bleak walkers, huh? Interesting. They're an order of paladins. Apparently, pretty cool about killing people. Owena is still here. You're sure we won't get caught? Oh boy. Well done. With any luck, we'll get some new folk and their coin in town to see the battery. Sounds like Gregor's speaking, but it's getting harder to tell the two apart. Alright. So she's actually not done anything too bad yet. That's good. Maybe it's only been a couple of months. Maybe 3 months or so? I don't know. A little while, but not very long. More than a month, less than a year. Fira's still here as well.
Thanks again. I'll be gone just as soon as the weather clears.
Alright. Brithwin. Oh, we could have read these guys' souls. Didn't think of that.
Too. I'm so glad you came by. I hoped I'd have the chance to thank you properly.
We could have read their souls. Maybe they had another soul that we could have awoken. Oh well.
They told me what happened. God's bless you, ma'am. I owe you my life. I know it was foolish of me to run in there.
Ah.
But this ring is all that I have of my family.
Oh, she's the woman that we saved right at the start from the burning building, I think. How are you holding up?
Oh, I'm managing. Fenway's letting me stay with her until I'm back on my feet. Everyone's been lovely, really. It was hard seeing what's left of the house. But Rayvald says he's going to see a hut raised for me soon as they get the logs.
What's so special about the ring?
Sentiment, mostly. When he first settled here, my grandfather had a ring fashioned from the first batch of ore he excavated. It was supposed to commemorate his fresh start. He passed it on to his daughter, and my mother gave it to me in turn.
Alright, farewell. That's tough. I still regret not being able to save both of them. I really do. I really do. Tough. Yeah. I wonder, like, if probably the proper due process, I don't know, in like that emergency, like when a house is burning down or something like that, is to try save the conscious people first. Because they're easier to save, I guess. I don't really know. And like they're in better health. Like the person unconscious might have like fatal poisoning or something. Oh. Pretty tough. Okay, I'll tell you what, boys. Jurgen's Battery sounds like a good place to go. We're also going to the Raid Saren Fort. Okay. Let's get out of here.
Hey.
Or you know what? Oh, actually, let's check out the mine, the new mine that's been built up. Then we'll get out of here. We'll head to the east. Take down these bounties on our way as well. There's Derwin. Hello, hello. I swear, there's something strange going on in the mines.
Lead the way. Will do.
Hey.
Something strange going on in the mines, boys. Let's investigate. Let's find out what's going on in here. Nothing good, probably. Nothing good. And just keep an eye as well on Heroes of the Storm stuff. Make sure I'll be on point for covering that too. Hang on. Here on my phone's not too great. So the
All
mines,
right, then.
they're very armed looking. What's
No,
going on?
Please! You've got the wrong man! I don't remember any of this!
Quiet! We'll get the truth out of you soon enough. Take him away!
Oh, what the hell is going on? A stern-faced woman approaches you. Her already impressive frown is only emphasized by her slight underbite. She folds her arms. Be careful where you wander. These mines are still crawling with all sorts of pests. You haven't been able to clear them out yet. Of course, you have experience with that sort of thing, I hear. Guess we have you to thank for opening the battery. I'm Ismay, foreman. Been keeping busy around here since the battery's fires were lit. Little busier than I'd like sometimes. What's going on here? Things are hard enough around here with the local wildlife. Last thing we needed to deal with was a murder of all things. Tell me about this murder. You probably saw Gamel getting carted off. Found him by the body of another miner, Sameth. We've lost quite a few miners recently. Most just vanished. Sameth's the first corpse to stick around. We may have caught Gamel, but he haven't been able to find the bodies. You know, if anyone can help us put this all to rest, it's you. I'd like to be able to give these miner families some answers, even if it's bad news. Alright, tell me about Gamel. Don't know him so well. Certainly never pegged him for a killer. Say you're better off questioning him yourself. See if he'll tell you where he stashed the corpses. And what about the victim, Sameth? Aw, poor Sameth. Body's up the tunnel to the east. Folks say you got a knack for making sense of corpses, like the Dunreed Row sorts, right? Yeah, that's right. I'll look into it. Appreciate the help. Certainly need it. Alright.
Hey.
Let's go to the east. Let's actually go stealth mode. See what we can see. Perhaps our stealth senses will reveal something. You never know. Miners, hello. Oh boy. Oh boy. Got militia. Sameth's body is laid out cleanly. You can see that his throat's been torn out. His face has deep scratches in it. His hands are stained in a light yellow. That does not seem like something a human would do, if you ask me. Where's evidence of a savage attack? Hands are stained yellow. This mine is actually bigger. Oh, this mine's a lot bigger than I thought. Hang on. Hold the phone here.
And what does the...
Oh! Zorips are here as well. Isn't that lovely? Let's go, boys. Let's go. Now, give us some devotion to the faithful there. Why not? Oh, poor old Rogue's getting wrecked over there. Getting minced. Can drop like a decent heal on that. For light endurance. Gosh, it's only 22. It's so useless. I'm coming in. This will do the trick. We just do okay, let's actually be super greedy. Let's give her the blades. Yo, am I gonna give her these blades or not? Okay, defensive mind web, what the hell? Go for a big heal. Am I stunned or something? Okay, defensive mind web is up, that's good. There we go, now she's got the branding blades. Now she's gonna murder everything. We got more focus, we know what to do with. I wonder what our max focus is, I don't actually know. We could disintegrate this archer. Okay.
I'll see what I can find.
Devil Carrack leveled up, very nice. I think some sneak. Couple of points of athletics, just boost that up a small bit. Devastating blow, could be very good. Backstab, Stealth or invisibility. I think we want to grab that, and then we can do some fancy tricks. So let's grab that. We can micro her a little bit better.
Hey.
You'll do so much damage when that goes off. It's gonna be crazy. Miners here. Hello.
You see Gamel?
How could I miss it? Looks like he went swimming in Samuth's blood.
Blazes. Never would have pegged him for a freak.
I mean, just because you found him with a body doesn't necessarily mean he's guilty, you know? Alright, Gamel. Let's have a talk, shall we? Scrolls and papers documenting the sale of iron ore and sulfur crammed onto the shelves. Fairly clear why Gamel is under suspicion. His face is spattered with blood, his hands are bound, you can see blood and scraps of flesh under his fingernails. His posture is hunched and tears have dug tracks through the layer of gore on his face. You find yourself the target of a pleading expression the moment you're inside. I have a few questions for you. He looks up at you wide-eyed. As he opens his mouth to speak, you notice that his teeth and lips are also stained with blood. Uh-oh. Please, like I told him, don't know what happened. I can't remember a thing. No way I could have done that to Samuth. Are they being, like, possessed? Be my guess. You're covered in blood. How do you explain that? He swallows, ducking his head, falls silent. What's the last thing you remember? Tarek shaking me awake. I was on the floor. Samuth was curled up nearby and he was dead. That's all. There's hours just gone out of my head. Who's Tarek? Handles the construction in the tunnels. There's a cave in to the north. The others have been working on clearing it for a while now. Must have been grabbing supplies for the crew when he found me. And where are the other miners? I don't know. Nobody knows where the miners have gone. I swear it. I didn't have anything to do with it. I believe you. You do? This has all been a nightmare. What you do here? Me? Just the drags, man. Load the carts, get the ore from here to there. Do whatever they ask me to, really. I haven't lived in Stalwart long. Heard they needed more hands to work the mines. Thought I could make a fresh go of it. Maybe even see the battery. Why is this happening to me? Alright, that's all for now.
Hey.
Yeah, I am definitely inclined to believe that he is not a criminal mastermind. Let's investigate the rest of the mines, though. See what we can find.
Laying low.
Confused miner. Why did you lock the crystal away? Why punish us like this? Someone must have the crystal. Where is it? A lot of confused miners in Tarek. Alright. Boots of stability. What are you digging at there, Tarek? Cave-ins have created openings to the outside. Snow settled above the rocks above. Tarek. Need something? Trying to get this place cleared out. What are you doing in here anyway? I heard you were the one to find Gamel. I have some questions. Huh. Glad someone's finally taken an interest in what's been going on around here. Sure, ask away. Where did you find Gamel? Found him out to the east, hunched over Samuth's dead body. State of him? Thought he gone feral or something. Hands had yellow stains on them. Samuth's a sulfur miner. Worked on the east side of the mines. Probably got it all over his hands. No big mystery there. He smiles crookedly. One of your workers was acting a little strangely. Noticed that, have you? Think it's something to do with the sulfur. After they're sent to fetch it back from the east mines, they all come back a little off. Caught some of them wandering in circles, talking to themselves. Didn't seem to last once they're outside the mines. The eastern mines do seem to be the site of a lot of trouble. My guess? It's gas. Bubbling up from underground. Coming out with the sulfur. Messing with people's heads. Knew a guy once got a lungful. Decided to shuck off all his clothes, run hollering through the tunnels. All got an eyeful. At least it didn't hurt anybody. Be careful if you head over there. Sillin uses constructs for digging. They double as guards. Give her a head up. You're on the way, maybe. What's her job here? Have her picking out some potential sites or new tunnels at the moment. Otherwise, she wrangles the constructs mostly these days. Her aim's to have the constructs do most of the dangerous work. Have to ask her how she's getting on with that. Never liked those things myself. Anyone from your crew gone missing? Not a one. Guess I've been lucky. Alright. Maybe this so-called sulfur is not sulfur at all. Maybe it's something else. Something worse. Those Orps are like right in there as well. Not sure how they got there.
I'll see what's ahead.
Definitely time to check out the east. Hello! Ice trolls! Where's Devil at? Paralyzed. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, this has joined us. That's not ideal. Everyone's paralyzed! Cheaters! Look, they got a bunch of dudes up there. How long are we paralyzed for? What the hell? We're also terrified. What are we terrified by? The thing? Tell you what, do a prayer against fear. We get out of this. I want to come closer. I want a defensive mind web out here. Should protect us, hopefully. Drop actually a heal. We're getting wrecked. Getting super freaking wrecked. Drop a big heal as well. Healing ground. Drop this. What? Ice Troll keeps getting dominated. Ice Troll, can you go do stuff then? Attack these guys. There we go. Ice Troll. Go attack these guys. Okay, then attack this guy. Everything's been dominated. Aloth, I mean, I know you're doing cool stuff, but it's kind of just annoying at this point. Like...
Yes?
This is so stupid, we can't get past. Alright, can we kill this thing? Let's, Withering Strike it? No, let's Blinding Strike it. Not the best accuracy, that's for sure. Give her some Rending Blades as well. Mark this guy so we can actually hit him. That will have to do. You have Rending Blades from Ahab. Oh, she's stuck, she can't do anything. Rending Blades for everybody. Amplified Wave on her. Should knock over these guys. There we go, we're getting up now. Oh. Oh my god, look how much energy we have. Probably more than we can spend. Definitely more than we can spend. Man, we just got body blocked by that troll so hard there.
Of course.
That's also something they're improving in PoE 2. It's gonna be moving through choke points or getting stuck on your allies. They're gonna like slightly move out of the way for each other. They're really improving the pathfinding, whereas people in this tend to just get stuck. Corpse, miner's note. A set of fragmented notes is scribbled almost illegibly on a scrap of parchment. Tunnels, remember lamp. Keep hand on right wall whole way. Watch for spiders. Spiders, huh? Hammer and chisel.
Hey.
Don't mind if I do.
Light, flame, and sound.
Leave it to me!
You can stay in stealth, that's fine.
What?
Okay. Go defensive mind web. Let's get in there then. Get in a bit closer. Not bad, not bad.
Shh. Leave it to me!
That's it.
This defensive mind web should keep us totally protected. Once it gets going, drop an accuracy on us too. Why not? That being said, for the defensive mind web to trigger, I gotta get in there. So let's get in there. And let's get Reefing Knife to her. Make sure we get close so she stays powered up. No, you could actually just do a big AoE. Totally fine. Am I standing in something bad here, or is this something good? I don't actually know. Something bad from these moon spiders? Hard to say.
Hey.
Hard to say.
Ah, thank you.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. So where are we at? Oh, hello. We run into that. There we go. Peek inside these shallow burrows reveals the gleaming stare of many eyes.
The better part of valor.
Okay. Place sure is creepy. Rotting flesh constructs. What the hell? Hey there, hang on just a moment. Stand down. Constructs stop instantly, limbs going limp at their sides. Here we are now. What can I do for you? Looking into the disappearance of the miners for Izmi, can you answer some questions? Suppose so. Not sure how much help I'm gonna be. Tarek's the one that found Gamel. Do you think Gamel's responsible? Sure looks that way, seeing as he's got bits of Samoth in his teeth, she grimaces. Have you noticed any strange behavior in the other miners? Mining's rough work at the best of times. Why I like using the constructs. I think these tunnels just start to get to people over time. Never thought Gamma would snap like that, but sometimes, yeah, folks start acting a little strange, like when, who was it? Huh, you know, my memory's been acting up lately. I'm starting to think Terex might be onto something with this gas theory of his. Uh-oh. You control the constructs? That's right, pretty solid workers, seeing as they don't eat, sleep, or go crazy and kill their workmates. Not as often as your usual miner, anyway. Alright, farewell. Swing on by if you have any more. Her gaze seems to slide off you. With a sudden convulsive ripple, her posture changes. She hunches forward, and her arms dangle loosely at their sides. Brothers, sisters, Terranat is here. Her head turns towards you, but her gaze is empty. Terranat, who are you talking about? We've been looking for you. We know what you've done. Her legs trudge forward in slow, ponderous steps, as if she might collapse under her own weight at any moment. There's a natural cadence to Killen's voice, almost as if she were reading lines, but you sense something more. There's another presence here, twined about her soul essence like webbing. Take him away. Lock him up until we get what we want. Let's seek out the foreign presence in her mind. Time seems to slow as you extend your cipher's senses to probe the snarl of soul essence coiled around Killen's own fainter life energy. You have the sensation of being watched, pinned under the hostile glare of a dozen eyes. Presence tightens its grip in a desperate bid to regain control. You feel your own senses falter. Despite your best efforts, your connection is severed. The constructs charge towards you. Well, wonderful. Well, wonderful. And anyhow, you attack this one. A devil. You can blind it. You can, I don't know, just buff yourself, I guess. Use our Mastery Fireball. Probably hit that pretty well, actually. Like that. Paralyze both of them, potentially. Be pretty cool. I think it hit him before I even got a chance to stop it, which sucks. And hit this one. There's Chris blessing. And blessing. Get off me, flesh construct. Defensive mind web! That should protect us very well. Nothing much to fear now. They have a lot of HP though, leveled up like this. I've lost a lot of health. Gonna have to rest, unfortunately. Are you set to use spells and stuff? You are. Okay, oh, you've used up pretty much all the low level ones. I see. Summon Sitzels. Kill these things a bit quicker. And yeah, these fights are actually pretty tough, you know. I should probably be paying a little more attention. That's not going down that easily, really. Get your martial power going. Well, why not? Let's go stab his stuff to death. Yeah, they have a lot of HP. Tanky enemies. Yellow-tinged vapor gusts occasionally from these vents, leaving an acrid odor in the air. Intriguing. Exceptional stuff. Looped rope. Clarity. Ooh, defense against a whole lot of stuff. That's actually really good. A young knight sought a legendary armorer living beneath the mountains of the Living Lands. The knight brought a fortune in gold and asked the armorer to craft something exquisite to protect her on her adventures. The old armorer agreed on the condition that the young knight would apprentice with him for 3 years to learn the basics of his trade. The young knight agreed, worked on the armorer's side day and night, fashioning breastplates, greaves, and cuisses and shields. As the 3rd year drew to a close, she waited to see what marvelous piece the armorer would craft for her, yet the old man never picked up a hammer but to correct her technique. On the final evening of her apprenticeship, she approached the armorer and asked about the reward he'd promised. He counselled patience and told her that he would finish it by morning. When she arose the next day, she found him sitting by the hearth, twisting a length of rope. "I've done all you asked," she said. "I've served you faithfully and learned your trade. Where's the armor you promised me?" "It is here," the old man said, holding up the rope. "You vowed to grant me a great protection," the knight said, her hand moving to her blade. "And so I have. You've worked at my side for 3 years. You've seen how even the strongest steel shatters, dents, and rusts. The greatest protection is not bent metal, but mastery over your own mind. With this, even the gravest wounds shall not stop you." Speaking. What sort of belts do we have? You've got a Dior belt, which is actually real good. You've got Constitution. Your belt's not that important, so we could actually give you the... Actually, the healing bonus belt would be real nice on him. So we give her this ranged weapon. That'd be nice. This is good because we're probably going to be fighting humans in here. You've got Constitution. I've got Prone Reduction Dexterity. You've got crit hit bonuses. This belt's probably pretty good for you. Clarity. Yeah, Clarity's probably pretty good for you. So you take that. There we go.
Hey.
What is this? This dark burrow extends deep into the wall of the mines. Unlike the miners' tunnels, the walls here have an almost slick texture, interspersed with damp pressed earth. A few paces past the entrance, the tunnel widens considerably. You find yourself at a crossroads, where the tunnel splits off in 3 directions. 2 tunnels lead to the right and left, while the 3rd stretches on ahead. Wow. You can feel a breeze, faint but steady, coming from the tunnel to your right. Take the path to the right then. Walking on, you come to a fork in the road. The tunnel splits here, curving away to the left and right. Breeze comes from the right. Let's go to the right then. Plunge forward into darkness. Reaching out, you can feel the walls continuing to the left or right. Cannot see what lies just ahead. Hear faint rustling from just down the tunnel to your right, and a repetitive tap-tap of bristly legs striking a cavern floor. Let's light a torch. You hold your torch aloft and the tunnels take shape ahead of you. Paths lead off to the left, the right, and straight ahead. Go forwards. Walking on, you come to a fork in the road. Oh my god. Damp but not entirely unpleasant breeze flows towards you from the tunnel to your left. Let's go left then. Which briskly pass a long, empty stretch of tunnel. Walking on, you come to a fork. Splits here, going left and right. Okay, breeze from the right. Let's go to the right. See light up ahead as the tunnel comes to an end. Stepping clear of the tunnel, you find yourself in a new cavern system, a thick layer of spiderwebs under your feet. Wow, okay. Jeez, I wonder where all those tunnels go to. We've ended up somewhere. We've ended up somewhere. Yeah, a lot more to these mines than what met the eye initially. For sure. Achievement unlocked, huh? What did we get? Loading screen, it's not going to show. Explore. Visit every map, I think, in the game.
Nice and quiet.
Hang on. Can I... That's a Vithrak Luminary. Oh boy. Dominated. I'm going to rest here. I'm going to take... Oh, you can't get bonuses. Really? No bonuses against Kith. Let's take damage versus flanked then. That will do. Why not? Well, you can take DR3 actually. You're going to be super tanky. Take. Let's rest. Recover our HP. Make sure we're in good nick before moving forwards. Hello.
Someone must have the crystal. Where is it? I know you're hiding the crystal. Give it to me.
Oh boy. Alright, boys. I dare get in there. I guess that works. Fifth X's not gonna last long. And he's dead. Okay. Fifth Wreck brains, huh? Oops, I didn't mean to tab out.
Keeping an eye out.
So, the luminescent caves. This is pretty crazy. Where there's spiders, there Vithrak seem to be the lesson of Pillars of Eternity as well. Oh, Sporelings! This could be bad. That could be good. Do a prayer against treachery. Might be for the best here. Let's get a defensive mind web going as well. In case they're gonna try any shenanigans, which they might. Debuff everything, buff everything. You know how it is. Reaping knives occur as well. That should pretty much be GG at that point, I don't think. Nice. Like, our defenses are massive. They're like untouchable once those buffs get going and the defensive mind webs up.
Let's see what we got.
The light from these mushrooms illuminates the dust in the air, revealing the thick clouds of spores. You feel your nose tense up as you breathe. Very spooky. Okay. What the hell is this? What the hell?
You're not good.
More Sporelings and Vithraks. Lovely. Oh, I do love me some Vithraks, I do. Don't know why I'm speaking like this. Let's go minor thingy majibby. This might be a tougher fight. Let's get a defensive mind web rocket as well. Okay. Anyone like confused or anything like that? No, it looks like we're good. So let's drop a big buff on all of us. There we go. And give us accuracy. This then. Then let's like debuff all of them. It's gonna be fine. They're just like circling us. What the hell? Is she stuck or something? I think Devil's stuck. We took this guy. Oh, Valerie's confused. That's not good. We want to pray against confusion as well. Bewilderment. Let's drop one of those. Oh, no, sorry. I'm actually dominated. That's not good. Prayer against treachery, then. Once he's not paralyzed anymore. That is. Bad Valerie. There we go. Fixed. Oh, and we were giving them the defensive mind web when we got dominated. That's really bad, then. Gosh, I don't know how they got through my will, though. We've got so much. Can you go to stab stuff? Like... You are aggressive. You know what? Let's just put you to aggressive. Just stab stuff. I don't care. I don't want to min-max. I'm lazy. Oh, I pulled out my sword. Lay the endless paths. Let's stay ranged just so we got too many melee. I think a melee cipher would be amazing, but... we just don't have space for a melee cipher at the moment, unfortunately. Crap. So. Can't disarm the trap. Wow. We've got so much mechanics. That's kind of ridiculous.
Hey.
Adair, you can trigger it. You're fine. don't think it even did anything. Yeah, it missed.
Hey.
Pretty good. Excellent Cloud. Pearl against treachery. Like, she's got 12 mechanics. You can't disarm the trap. Minerals from the stalactite overhead have condensed on the small web. Clean water falls from the web and coalesces below. That's cool. Mind grub. Makes you sickened. Vithrak delicacy. Huh. Creepy. Dead Vithrak here. Hello. Get this guy. Growth of this Vithrak has been torn out. Deep gouges scratched into its face. They're dying from the same thing we are. Another trap we can't disarm. What the actual?
Hey.
Alright, you can blow it up again. Again, it misses. The trap doesn't seem that bad. I don't know, like, why can't we disarm this trap? It doesn't do much, does it? Ask me. Right, so we want, and the prayer against betrayal, it's kind of hard to come by those. Could also drop one of her big fire things. It's pretty awesome too, but it lasts a long time. 13 seconds! It might get value. It looks freaking cool. Let's do it. Cool factor, you know? Gotta have that cool factor. Then we could give a devotion to the faithful here to us. Give us some accuracy. Give us some crit. Give us some accuracy. Give us a heal because we're getting wrecked. Let's do defensive mind web. Keep us alive. Okay.
Of course.
Easy now.
A spooky door. Side spooky door. Hello. Oh, I was like, are these not going to attack? No, they are. They are going to attack. Right then. You can just do your thing. You come in and actually hard to fear this brute. Adara, you get in there as well. We're gonna drop a faithful thingy on us. I'm gonna take a shot at this guy. You can, you go sap this dude. Actually, no, you go just blind this guy. Be fine. You can lay down one of the walls. Give him a wall. Walls are cool. Okay, let's go defensive mind web early on. Just try to keep us protected. You know how it is. Okay, I'm gonna move forwards here. Make sure we keep as many people in the mind web as possible. We should be fine. Oh. You are not in the mind web, I don't think. You are in the mind web, you're fine. This spider. And it's down.
Hey.
Very nice.
I shall be discreet.
So this leads back the way we originally were coming.
You're not
cool.
Francis!
Defensive this up. Stay close. I mean, the mind web's pretty big, honestly. But still.
Hey.
Yeah, this is back the way we came in. Cool. What's this here? Vithrak Common House. Let's scout. Let's just go into
and
it.
if I find something good, you can have half.
Maybe we can't get into it. Barrier lies across the doorway. You can see no obvious way past it. Okay. Let's see what's down here then. After all the friends we made with the Vithrak, they're gonna attack us. Them Vithrak. Alright, this is back where we came in, that's fine. Back here we go. Wait, is there nowhere else to go? Oh, we can go this way. Hireling, okay. Anything else going on there? Kana's on a quest, that's fine.
The better part of valor.
More Vithrak, where are they going? Why are you guys going up here? What's up here? Getting very glowy up here. This looks like a boss room type thing. Okay. Hello. These guys. Buffs. I need to defensive mind web. Alright, nice. Dominated thieves, okay. Give the blades, devil. Alright, devil, go kill. So if we pay attention to her, I'm kind of curious how much damage she's gonna do. Let's go, go Shadow and Beyond. Let's get here, attack this bow, see how much damage that'll do. So, Devil, 64 raw damage, sneak attack, backstab. That's pretty good. And then she goes again, 75. And then she, like, kills it. Nice. Oh yeah, that's very nice. She attacks super fast and does like
Good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
Do we want to release him? What else is going on here first? But yeah, probably will. We need to get some answers here, you know? I'm just gonna go straight for a Spectral Blaze this time. I'm feeling greedy this time. Going greedy. Maybe a bad idea. You definitely want to pop your shield on yourself there, bud. This would hit our dudes. Don't want to do that, really. Draining Siphon the brutes. You'll kill them, no problem. Withering Strike this guy. So, Withering Strike. Alright. That's like 31 damage. It's okay. She's not super buffed right now, I guess.
Easy now.
Probably another trap we can't disarm. Indeed it is. You come back here, Adair, you stay. I'm gonna trigger this. Pestilent Cloud again. Don't really care. Oh, hit him that time. 16 damage, unconscious for 1.5 seconds. That's okay. Hello. Elrin's Jacket. A jacket. 10% chance to cast Ice Strike when hit or critically hit. That's pretty cool. Light armor. Very nice. The best swindlers know how to put on a good show. Many charm with their words or with sleight of hand. But Elrond made his living with his eye for fashion. The son of a tailor, Elrond picked up his father's trade when his father died, but soon found that his love of stitching far outstripped his desire to keep ledgers, and it wasn't long before he was on the street with no means of plying his trade. But while begging for coins, he noticed that he fared better than the other beggars, and eventually he realized it was because the jacket he wore, one that he'd fashioned himself, drew attention. When he'd scraped together enough money, he poured it into making a jacket so splendid and unique that it would disarm even the wariest of passers-by. It worked exactly as he intended, and in fact, so disarming was the jacket that he found he could read and beguile people quite easily once he'd drawn them in with it. He made promises he couldn't keep. He picked pockets with his left hand while pointing out the jacket's fine detail work with his right. In a matter of months, he had made enough money to buy back and reopen his father's shop. But the thrill and convenience of his new profession kept Elrin right where he was, begging and sweet-talking and manipulating. At the end of each day, he'd steal away to a fine abode on the other side of town where no one knew him. Things took a turn for Elrin when he met a young woman who captivated him from the moment he laid eyes on her. He tried to work his charms on her, but found instead that he tripped over his own tongue and could barely get a word out. Yet the woman seemed to enjoy his efforts in spite of it all, and he finally convinced her to come to his home. He woke the next morning to find his house had been emptied of every valuable and coin he'd ever saved or swindled, and only then did he realize that it hadn't been the woman that captivated him at all, it had been her stunning velvet bodice, and he knew he'd been had by a kindred soul. Alas, his prized jacket was among the items she removed, and Elrin lived out the rest of his days in poverty. Where most padded armor is constructed in vertical strips, Elrin's jacket bears a distinctive diamond pattern. It has a high collar and long sleeves that go all the way to the wrists, and it has an uncanny way of catching people off guard. That's pretty cool. Again, I feel like our pirate armor is just better. That's kind of cool though. But pirate armor. Pirate armor, too good. Right. In terms of other places we could go... ooh, there's something back here. Hello, hang on. A dead person. Bit worrying. Delicious cookies. Let's just check out this final part before we let this guy go. Holding chambers.
Let's keep quiet.
Traps.
Let's keep quiet.
Hello then. Oh, this place is full of them. Hello.
Got it done.
Now this I haven't seen.
Alrighty. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, they're summoning weapons. The cheats, the sneaks. Alright, let's drop this. Just gonna drop a heal on us. I'm gonna drop this to disorient them a little bit. Feel like we kind of need it. Come up here, priest. Let's drop a spell, keep us stable. Drop a crit, keep us crit. Poor Valerie's getting wrecked. That's a borrowed instinct, one of these Vithraks that's hitting us. Should help keep us alive, hopefully. Maybe not. Jesus, we're just getting wrecked. The hell? Okay, Vithrak brutes down. Got some good aim, these guys. Okay. Oh, hello.
Got it done.
We're gonna need to rest here.
Easy now.
Just a little bit beat up. Wrapped in a bundle of webs, you can see small spiked Vithrak eggs. Periodically, they pulse with movement from within. Like a Vithrak nest, I guess?
Something over there.
Secrets. Monster gonna join our journey while he cooks an oddly shaped crystal.
Yep.
Hey.
Alright, so whispers in the dark. And a crystal. Oh, I can use it to open the sealed door. Let's see what this guy in the holding chambers has to say. Maybe something interesting. I could just go open the door. Who are you? Terranat. The Vithrak stares at you, its spider-like features unreadable. Its speech, as it forms within your thoughts, is delivered in an even low timbre.
Why have you come here, godlike spawn? To slaughter our people? How is it you speak Adiran so clearly? Our people are capable of much. Some simply hold less interest in learning your tongue.
Alright. Some of the stalwart miners have been affected by your colony. From the tilt of its head, the Vithrak appears to be thinking,
perhaps we share a common enemy, godlike. You seek to help these kith, and I would save my colony. We have heard of your encounter with T'Charek far beneath Kadnua. I am told Trek Narith will have the secret of Adra with which to strengthen its walls.
You want my help? Tell me what's going on.
What is it you wish to know?
What happened to the other Vithrak?
An infection has claimed our people. It began when the scouts came upon a strange plant, a radiant spore. It lived alongside a nest of spiders, each deriving sustenance from the other, a marvel of nature, something we might use. They brought it into our territory, not seeing the danger. It was a matter of days before many of us had ingested the spores.
What is a radiant spore?
That is what we came to call the creature, for there was a light about it. I have seen similar beasts in the caverns, but never quite like this. It has grown to enormous size in little time. One center stalk, vines like pillars. It has used our own gifts against us. The connection between our kin. It uses to spread its own words, its thoughts.
Why did the other Vithrak lock you up?
I hid something important to them. The resonance crystal. There is a crystal, great, beautiful, enchanted, which grants us passage into the common house. I hoped that my kin would improve if they were prevented from returning there, but it only made them desperate.
This the crystal?
Yes, this is it. With that you can enter the common house and deal with the radiant spore. Please hurry. The longer the spore keeps its hold upon us, the more my people suffer.
Where is it now?
I sealed it within the common house at the center of our territory. I could not let our people bring the spore to the colony at Maltus Quimere. The door to that chamber is sealed with a glyph. There is a crystal which, held before the glyph, resonates with a specific tone. That tone opens the door.
Why did your people consume the spores?
The spores strengthened our abilities. Many believed we might all be made more powerful. But what began as study became addiction. It only took one to fall victim to the compulsion. Those who consumed the spores began to hear its words, then its instructions. We fought at first, tried to control it, failed.
Why aren't you infected?
I was cautious. I did not partake. Some were forced by those infected to consume the spores. I hid myself till I could retrieve the crystal.
Feel a faint pulse of shame alongside the admission. You know what happened to the miners?
For a long time we simply avoided the Kith tunnels, but the infection has heightened my people's power over weaker minds. The infected ones project their thoughts, their awareness. They find themselves in strange, soft bodies and have no care what damage they do. It is madness.
Alright.
Hey.
That sounds lovely. I talk like a Khajiit from Skyrim. Yeah, we're gonna have to rest soon. I think he's used all of his spells, yeah. Hello. Nice. Here we go.
Hey.
Oh, it's a whole new area. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's see what's going on here. What's the worst that could possibly happen? Which I guess that's one downside of the pirate armor, is that, like, the pirate armor is so good, it makes the rest of the stuff a little unappealing. Well, there's a bunch of stuff here. You know what? We should probably rest, just make sure we're fully equipped for this. Let's rest. Then we're going to apparently fight a Radiant Spore. So I think we're going to want to use our priest to maintain our, like, buffs against domination, for sure. Brutish Warrior has arrived. Okay, +3, +2, not bad, huh? Might as well get him in here. We can let the Orderless Disciple go. Hire the Brutish Warrior, cool.
Hey.
Alright, boys.
Once in the living lands? Ah, who am I kidding? I've never seen anything like this.
This towering mushroom pulses and writhes with life. Each sinuous movement shakes loose new clouds of small, incandescent blue spores.
The air is thick with them. You hear a muffled hum in the air like the murmur of distant voices. Inhale some? No. Hello? You hear nothing but the creak of the radiant spore's movements. Let the Vithrak go. Maybe if we inhale some. Let's just attack. I don't fancy talking to this. Seems bad to me. Do a prayer against betrayal for our team here. You get in. You know what? You can actually go that side. You'll be fine alone. You come attack this brute, fellow. In fact, can you blind the brute? That'd be great. I'm going to shoot the brute as well. And you're going to actually probably shoot this over here. Might be good. What? Before Maneha goes in. Never mind. They're on top of us. They are on top of us already. Let's drop this. You've dropped your prayer, right? Prayer against treachery. Yeah, that's good. What are you dropping now? Devotion to the faithful. We've got a free cast. Let's drop the free cast, please. Okay, then we could drop a heal. She's kind of half wrecked. Bad. Oh my god, Devil of Karak is taken out. What the hell, boys? That's not good. Of this Vithrak brute, can we actually just charm him away? Kind of nice. Just get him off us. Oh, it's immune. That's not great. Okay, it's immune. Immune to paralysis? Nope. Just suck some HP out of him because you're dying. Very much dying. Do some high level spells here. I think that Safeguard should help you protected, mostly. I hope. Might just want to use your athletics thing. We could res her, probably. Minor intercession. No, don't need that. Magrin. Oh yes. Actually, that's pretty good. I should use that more often. Resurrection. Hey. Prevent death as well. Why not? Resurrect her. We should also heal him a little bit. We can restore critical endurance here as well. We good. No. Give my blades to her. Let her kill stuff. Maneha's in there. She's gonna go beast. Do your barbaric yell. Why not? She's gonna kill these things. Good job. We have defensive mind web still going. 16 seconds on it. Not bad. Let's come up and let's join Maneha. No, let's actually join with our team. Keep the mind web going. And let's drop a thing. You could come drop this up here. Maybe disorient them a little bit. Would be good. Oh, Maneha's getting wrecked. Pop your savagey thing. Try to keep alive here. I'm gonna come drop a knockdown on you. They're probably immune, but might help. You can drop a big heal as well. For major endurance, let's restore critical endurance on us. Yeah. I'm gonna give you blades too. Blades of ass kicking. How are we doing about dominated? It's actually worn off. We should probably drop another one just in case. Prayer against treachery. And you come into the middle here too. Keep out blasting that. Why not? Another defensive mind web. Make sure that keeps going. Should be strong. Should be good. You can totally like disintegrate this big thing. I don't want to though. Again, I'm not sure if that would lose some stuff. Let's borrowed instinct it. Not the best chance to hit, but it is a chance. I think it missed. Looks like it missed. We could borrowed instinct off this thing then. It also work. There we go, we borrowed its instincts. Pretty cool. We could suck off this Dior. Pretty cool too. What buffs we still got going here? We're missing some of our best ones, so let's drop a Potions of the Faithful. We have a blessing going, like a normal blessing. We do. We could drop actually crit thingy on us. Yeah. And
tactical meld with her. Up my accuracy. I've got like 100% accuracy against this now. Borrowed instinct this thing. Actually, you just shoot it, I guess. Doesn't matter, it's going down. Frickin' spore. Frickin' spores. Wow, it just dropped dank spores. That's it.
Hey.
That's all it dropped?
I'll keep an eye out.
Hello, though. Silver Flash, a blunderbuss. Chance to cast Divine Mark. Cool. On hit or critical hit, and it hits like a whole bunch of times. That's actually really good. Divine Mark, that's really good. Bear in mind, grants blind on hit or critical hit. Is blinded for 2 seconds. That's amazing, right? Because it hits 6 times, so your chance to trigger this stuff is super high. Silver Flash is the invention of the dear wooden silver prospector Engar Resk, who discovered a rich vein of silver in an otherwise empty cave. He'd begun to mine it when the cave's owner, the largest bear he'd ever seen, by his account, found him there and threatened to charge. Engar had come prepared and discharged his blunderbuss at the beast as it ran at him, but the weapon rarely hit where it was aimed, and Engar was horribly mauled. Only by playing dead was he able to escape with his life. Swearing to never allow it to happen again, Engar used some of his own silver to fashion a new blunderbuss that would never miss, and would slow the charge of any bear. The barrel is beautifully plated with a reflective silver, and engineered to create a blinding flash when it fires, bright enough to stop an animal in its tracks. That's pretty cool.
Hey.
That's a cool weapon. Again, blunderbuss's reload is just too much of a downside. Get worth it. I think that was a very tough fight, though, on the whole. Spores are pretty tough. We handled it well. Looks like this is our way out of here. Step past the gnarled roots and enter the burrow, following it through into dark network twisting passages. Okay. I don't know. Let's just keep going right. Tunnel splits. Let's go right. End of the path, you find yourself facing a dead end. A pile of boulders blocks your way. Let's use a hammer and chisel to weaken it. You chip determinedly away at the stone. After a long period, you manage to break one of the smaller boulders. Rocks fall away. Path wide enough to pass through. Okay. Okay, take you through seemingly endless stretch of featureless stone. A fork going left or right. Let's go right. Floor rises sharply beneath your feet. Gives way just as sharply a short distance ahead. Walking on, you come to a fork. Go right. Hold your torch aloft. The tunnels take shape. Okay, let's take the path to the right. Let's keep going right. Oh my god, whoa, you head down the tunnel and nearly stumble headlong into a massive spider. Catches the glint of its mandibles as it rears. A claw-tipped leg smashes painfully across your temple. You reel away dazed. The beast scuttles away into the darkness. Jeez. The tunnel comes to a sharp and sudden stop. Okay, let's turn around. Take the path to the right. Retrace your steps to the exit. Hang on. Because we got a note, right? Which was like, keep going right. Didn't work out for us there, I'll tell you that much. Shattered map. Where would it be? Here, maybe? Miner's note. Keep hand on right wall whole way. That might be coming from the other side, though, so who knows where this goes. Let's see. Okay, dark network. Let's explore the tunnels. Third path leads out of the gloom. Let's go forward, then. Back in the stalwart mines. Oh. Okay. Detour patch notes are up for HOTS. That's cool. I will go check that out momentarily. Let's just finish up this mine quest. That'll be a good part to break here. Kind of a side quest thing here today, but that's okay. I think this is a pretty cool one. Well, Vithrak and mind control and fun stuff like that. Alright, let's just explore the rest over here. Got more dead people. That nice. What else is up here?
Even for stalwart, that's crazy.
Okay. Contract of sale. Document details the purchase by someone named Sillon of a handful of constructs for use in the sulfur mines. The seller appears to have been one Galvino. Ha ha ha. Of course it was. Of course it was. Down here.
Onward!
Oh, sorry.
Hope you're not expecting much.
There's a little bit here we didn't explore, so we might as well take a look. I'm not expecting anything much. Hello, just some spiders. Isn't that nice? I do love spiders. Oh, there's actually something here. Okay, not much. Well then. What a fun trip into the tunnels. Let's go back down here then. Report back on our news. What's happening over here? I think it's just taxes. Solve the puzzle. Did we have gone back to that other dude down there, actually? That's something we should have done. No, just return to the foreman. Yeah, it's me who want to hear my success. Excellent. Alright, it's me. Seems like the miners back to their senses. Almost like someone smacked them all in the back of the head. What'd you do out there? Found a Vithrak colony underneath the mines. A malicious fungus infected their people. The spore was behind all these attacks and disappearances. Well, can't say I would have guessed that one. Just glad you put an end to this mess. Which leaves me with the decision of what to do with Gamel. He wasn't in control of his actions, you shouldn't blame him. Guess you're right. We'll keep an eye on him for a little while and see about setting him loose. Take this, token of our gratitude for all the hard work. It's the least I can offer. Now, anything more I can help you with? No, that's good, man. That's good. Hey. Alright, we've set the mines aright. We've set the mines aright. So, with that done, I guess we're free to start exploring out here. I think probably our first port of call... Actually, let's go rest in the inn. Then our first port of call, I think, ought to be to head back Durgan's Battery and see if we can help out at Durgan's Battery and then investigate this invading army, the Iron Flail, and see about confronting them. I was talking about stealth, but I don't know about that.
Hey, can't believe they're letting that animal go free.
Oh, he's innocent. So... Okay, he just got stuff. Cool, I guess.
It's all the new blood in town. They're soft.
You'd better not show his face around here. That's all I'm saying.
The dude that was possessed by... I suppose they might not believe it. Kind of like, possessed by fungus? Yeah, right. That dude just attacked us. We know better, team. We know better. We know the truth. We know the truth. We also have side quests to do with our companions. I think we need to talk to Zawa to unlock his. So that's something we can look into in a little while. I think we'll keep going with this particular party for the time being. Let's take
back to warm your hands, eh? What can
like
I
a room, please. Let's take the golden whale. Lovely. Lovely. Have a nice rest. And yeah, okay, that will be the end of today's video. Gotta go do some Heroes of the Storm stuff. So, I will talk to you all later. Hope you guys enjoyed the story of the White March Part 2. We're going to be back next time. We'll get on the main quest. We'll see how Durgan's Battery's holding up. We'll see what's going on at this fort. So until then, thanks for watching.